Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a restorative yoga sequence to relieve tension in the upper back, the neck, and the shoulders. These are spaces where I hold most of my tension, and I've found that doing these exercises helps to alleviate the tension and helps me to relax, so it's great to do before bedtime. Before we get started, I want to show you the props that I used in the sequence. I've got two bolsters, and actually I only have one regular bolster, so what I did was I took two pillows to make an additional bolster, and it works just as great. So you can stack 1, 2, 3, 5, however many you'd like. Then I took my strap, and you want to make sure that you loop it so that it's shoulder width, 2 blocks, and a blanket that I've rolled up like this, and you want to be sure that you roll up the blanket like this, because when we come into postures to open up the upper and middle back, the blanket's going to provide you with a lot of support. It also is going to support your low back in some of the poses we're going to be doing this evening. And when you set up your space, try to do so close to a wall, because we're going to be doing a few exercises from the wall. And that's it. So gather up your things, set up your space, and I'll meet you back on your mats. We'll start by coming into a supported hero's pose or any other posture where you can sit comfortably for about 2 minutes. I've taken my rolled blanket, placed it behind my knees, and then took the two ends of the blanket and folded them backward just so I can sit comfortably as we come into our practice together, starting with some deep meditation, deep breathing. Allowing the shoulders to drop away from your ears and allowing the palms to face up in a gesture of receiving all this healing energy. Draw your awareness to the breath and send your breath into areas of tension. As you inhale, take in healing energy. And as you exhale, let go of tension. Perhaps inviting a mantra into your practice. And as we go through this sequence together this evening, perhaps you just keep repeating to yourself over and over again, I am relaxed. Drawing your hands together at your heart space, sealing in your intention to just simply be, to enjoy, and to relax. Taking a few more rounds of breath, feeling all the tension melt away. Letting your day go. Simply being right here, right now, with yourself in this moment. Drawing thumb knuckles up to the middle of your forehead to your third eye, where you seal in your mantra. Perhaps think a kind thought and apply it to yourself and to your practice this evening. Begin to remove any props that you used in your seat. We're going to stand up and walk over to a wall. Place your hand shoulder width distance. We're going to take down dog from the wall. Let your spine be long. Walk your feet back as much as you need. Maybe bend into the knees if your hamstrings are tight. So we just want to focus our attention tonight on the upper back and the shoulders. Elongating the spine. Let the shoulders be soft. Let the head hang heavy. Adding any movement that might feel good here. Bending the knees and straightening them a few times. Sending all your breath into the back body. If this is starting to feel uncomfortable in any way, you can lift up. And lift yourself up and then lower. Lift up as though you're going to a plank from the wall and then lower the head. Bring your right hand onto the wall and just begin to spin your torso to the front wall as much as your shoulder will let you go. You might take a half bind with your left arm. You might drop your right shoulder to the ear. Rock the neck from side to side. You're going to feel this in your left neck, in the traps. You can drop that left shoulder down further to feel this even more in the left side of the neck. Rolling the neck around a few times if that feels good. Pausing to breathe into the chest and into the shoulder. Bring the left hand to the wall, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Twist as far as your shoulder will go. Then drop the left ear to the left shoulder and drop your right shoulder down. Perhaps you've taken a bind. And again, option to rock the neck back and forth. Feeling this in the right side of the neck, in the right trap muscle. Rolling the neck around if that feels good. And that is the key in this sequence tonight, just to feel really good, to release tension. And when you're ready, release the left hand, roll the shoulders back a few times. Roll them forward a few times. Shrug shoulders up towards the ears, let them drop, and let's come back to the floor and come into a seat. Place your fingertips on the shoulders. Take a breath in, shrug shoulders up to the ears, roll them down, and then twist over to the left on a breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, twist to the right. Hold the breath. And then exhale, come to center. Inhale, twist, full breath in, nice and slow. Hold for a moment. Exhale, center. Inhale, twist, nice slow breaths in. Exhale, center. Twist to the left, full slow breath in, pause, and then release the hands down. Right hand's coming onto the knee, left hand comes behind. Sit up nice and tall, inhale. And exhale, twist over the left shoulder, perhaps taking a half bind with the left hand to get deeper into the front of the left shoulder. And if that bind isn't working for you, or if you're feeling any tension whatsoever, back off from the pose. You just want to feel good tonight, or today, or whenever you've chosen to practice. Draw your hands out to the side like wings, then back your fingertips back onto the shoulders. Twist, take a breath in, and exhale, release. Left hand onto the knee, right hand comes behind. Sit up tall, breathe in. Exhale and twist over the right shoulder. Option to take that half bind to deepen the stretch in the front of the right shoulder. Take one more breath in and a breath out. Come back to center, arms out to the side like wings, up and overhead, hands in a steeple, and draw your hands to your heart space. Take a breath in and let tension out. Recommitting to your mantra to simply relax this evening. Take one more breath in and a breath out. When you're ready, reaching over and grabbing onto your strap, placing the loop between your hands. Again, make sure that it's shoulder distance. Pressing the backs of the hands gently into the strap. Take a breath in. And exhale, relax the shoulders down the back. One more time, breathe in, gently press the hands into the strap, and exhale, relax. perhaps lifting and lowering the arms slightly. And then just holding, feeling the stretch in the upper back and in the shoulders. Relaxing the shoulders down the back, no tension in the neck. This should feel really good. If you're finding that it doesn't feel good, then perhaps don't press the backs of the hands too much into the straps. Take one more breath in and out. Begin to reach your arms overhead, still pressing the backs of the hands into the strap and relaxing the shoulders down the back. So we'll be here for a few breaths. You might gently press your fingertips up to the sky and then gently shrug the shoulders down. Take one more breath in, one more breath out. Begin to twist your torso over to the right and lower your hands to shoulder height. Stay here if this feels like it's enough, or maybe start to bend into your right elbow and draw the right hand back as the left hand gently starts to press forward. So deepening into the left shoulder, the back of the left shoulder. Take a breath and let go. Draw the left hand back, reach arms overhead. Breath in. Exhale, shrug your shoulders down. Twist your torso to the left this time, drawing your arms down so they're shoulder height. Same thing, other side. Stay here or start to bend into the left elbow and draw the left hand back as the right hand comes forward. Feeling the stretch in the left shoulder. Take one more breath here. And as you exhale, left hand comes forward, reach arms overhead, big breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down and release the strap. Placing it off to the side. Start to make your way into a tabletop position and just let this feel good. Coming into some cat and some cows. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. As you exhale, coil the spine and stay for an extended cat spine. This should feel really good in the upper back, shoulders, and neck. And flowing through your cat and cow as many times as feel good, but just hang out a little bit longer in your cat spine to deepen the stretch in the upper back, in the neck, and the shoulders. Take one more round. And then find a neutral spine. Coming into a supported child's pose. So your hips are going to be high. So you're kind of in this space between puppy pose and child's pose. My big toes are touching and my knees are out wide. You can stay here if this feels good. Again, you're going to feel this a lot in the backs of the shoulders. You might stay here for a couple of breaths in this variation. Trying to soften the shoulders and letting the heart melt down towards the floor. You might place a block underneath the head if this is too much. And for some extra support, you might grab that blanket roll and place it behind the knees, just like we did earlier in the supported hero's pose at the beginning of this sequence. And then sink your way back. A block underneath the hips might help too. Allowing the fingertips to crawl forward, soften the palms down, letting the heart melt down towards the floor, and resting the third eye on the earth. Letting the hips be soft as you allow gravity to pull the hips down towards the heels. Gently begin to glide yourself forward and lower the hips down, roll the shoulders back, send the heart forward. Crown of the head is reaching up to the sky as you find your Sphinx pose. Drawing the elbows back and pressing the heart forward. Beginning to transition into half dragonfly, float the left arm up and thread it underneath. Draw the right arm forward and rest your third eye down to the floor. If reaching your arm forward doesn't feel good, you can bend into your right arm and let your forehead rest there. So be here for about 2 minutes. Beginning to transition out, slide the right hand underneath the right shoulder, press yourself up, and just place your left arm out to the side. You're going to turn on to your left hip, keep the right fingertips tented down. Your right foot can come behind to deepen, coming into wing on the ground pose. You can place a block underneath the head. My neck was very, very tight when I did this, so adding a block as a pillow just adds that little extra layer of support. You want to feel sensation in the back of the shoulder and in the chest, but no discomfort. If your left shoulder is really not feeling this, you can draw your left hand closer to the left hip. We'll begin to transition out of this. Slowly come on to the belly. Bring your arms, both arms rather, out to the side like wings. just to counter stretch. You can lower your third eye down. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more deep breath in. And exhale, let tension go. Transitioning to half dragonfly on the other side, simply weave your right arm under and let the left arm come forward. Settling in, breathing into the back of the right shoulder. So another 2 minutes here. Begin to slide the left hand underneath the left shoulder. Bring the right arm out to the side. Keep the left hand down. And then taking that wing on the ground pose on this side. And again, option to place a block underneath the head to support the neck. Beginning to transition out of this pose once again. Keep the right hand where it is. Turn on to the belly. Bring the left hand out to the side. And just enjoy this stretch with both arms out. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Stack one hand on top of the other into a crocodile pose just briefly to stretch out the low back. Adding some balance into the entire spine. We've been working on the upper and thoracic spine quite a bit, so just notice how that feels. Next, you're going to take your blocks, and if you have books that you are using, just make sure they're on their lower setting. Maybe you have more than one book, You don't want to stack it with the spine down, otherwise that's going to be quite an accident. So this is a supported cobra pose. So the shoulders are resting on top of the blocks, and your head is coming down towards the floor with your third eye gently resting on the floor. So this should feel really good for the front of the body, the chest, as well as your shoulders and upper back. So we're going to rest here for about 2 minutes. It might feel good to slide that blanket roll underneath the ankles to support the low back. So we're working into the entire spine here. Begin to transition out of this pose. Slide your hands up, remove the blocks from your shoulders. Let them come off to the sides. Pause for a moment. Notice how your back feels. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders, press yourself up to a tabletop, and sit back on the heels. Taking a moment to set up for your next pose, which is a supported twist. Take a bolster and place it in front of the knees. Then you're going to turn around so that your back is facing the bolster. Drop your knees over to the right. Turn your torso towards the bolster. Hands are going to frame it. And then gently drape your torso down onto the bolster, and then turning your neck to the left. If you'd like to make this a little more gentle, you can take a block and place it underneath the bolster to lift it slightly. And once you've come into your most comfortable variation of this posture, just begin to relax and breathe into the twist. Gently beginning to transition from this side to the other side. Lift yourself up. Maybe roll the neck around a few times. And then we'll just take that on the other side. Let the knees float over to the left. And then twist and drape your torso on top of the bolster, where we'll hold here for another 2 minutes on this side. Gently beginning to transition out of the twist. Lift yourself up and place the bolster at the top of your mat. We're coming into a pose to help support range of motion for the shoulders. You're going to take your other set of bolsters and place it underneath the knees. Take your blanket roll and place it on your bra line, so that space just underneath the shoulder blades. Let the head come down, reach your arms up and overhead, and let them rest on top of the bolster. So you might have to shimmy the blanket roll until you get to that place where it feels really good. And once you feel the opening in the chest, and once this feels really good, you'll know you're in the right space. And relax. Breathe here for another 2 minutes. Nice big breath in and out. That pose felt really good. I'm going to start to remove the bolster that's above your head and just place it off to the side. Keep the blanket roll where it is. Keep your legs lifted on top of the other bolster and just enjoy this supported fish pose. Letting the arms come out wide. Just enjoying the stretch. Maybe place a block underneath the head for a pillow. And then option to rock your head from side to side, massaging the occiput, the base of the skull, where the pituitary gland lies. And as you do this, you might feel like there is a little bit of discomfort in the base of the skull. So you want to be gentle, but while you're doing this, you're releasing any tension or any knots that are on the back of the neck. Do this as long as you'd like, and eventually come into stillness. We won't be holding this too long. Begin to remove the block from underneath the head. Take a breath in and out. Transitioning into our next posture, half shoelace or half cow face pose with just the arms. Slide the bolster underneath your hips. You might have to finagle that blanket underneath your shoulders just a little bit till you're comfortable. Reach your right arm out to the side, up overhead, bend the elbow. Place the back of the head in the crook of the elbow and let the right hand slide down towards your shoulder blades as far as you're able to go. And once you start to feel some gentle sensation, maybe place the left hand on the belly as you begin to settle in here. Your feet can stay here in a supported bridge, or you can bring your feet to the outside edges of the mat and come into a knock-knee pose. Or simply extend the legs out long and take this as a very gentle, supported wheel pose. Take a deep breath in and out. Begin to release the right arm. Reach your arms out to the side for a breath in. And as you exhale, bend into the left arm, taking this supported shoelace pose on the other side. Settling in here, sending all your breath, all the healing energy into the back of the left arm and into the back of the left shoulder. Take a deep breath in And out. Releasing the left arm. Just cactus the arms out to the side. Hold here for a couple moments. Notice how the shoulders, the upper back, the neck, and the arms feel. Start to bend into the knees. Place the soles of the feet onto the floor. Lift the hips up, and then move your bolster off to the side. Coming into another supported fish. We're not going to hold this one this long, but just notice how it feels to have your chest lifted up to the sky. Notice if you're still holding tension in the shoulders. You should have unlocked a lot of that stiff energy. So this should feel really good right about now. Slowly begin to sit up. Take a seated cow. Oh, that should feel really good in the backs of the shoulders after all of that opening. Stay here for a breath or two. And then come into a seated cow. Bring your hands behind you. Send the heart forward. And make your way over to a wall. 4 legs up the wall. On a wall. So slide yourself up to the wall. Allow your feet to come up. Legs up the wall pose is good for so many different reasons. It has a lot of benefits, but it's also a very relaxing pose. It makes everything start to flow in the opposite direction. And of course, it's really good to relieve tension in the back. So staying with your arms on your belly, or maybe reach them overhead. And surrender into this very, very relaxing pose for the next minute or so. Very gently begin to bend the knees. Maybe take a quick reclined butterfly pose on the wall, opening up the knees out to the sides of the wall and then back in. Hug the knees into your chest. And when you're ready, making your way back onto your mat. You're going to lie back on that blanket roll like you did earlier, letting it rest just below the bra line. Take one pillow. You're going to place it underneath your head, but you're going to lift the pillow up so the 2 top edges are facing the ceiling. So you might have to finagle it a little bit until your neck feels completely supported, as though it's cradling the neck. Then take the other pillow and place it beneath the knees. Let the arms come out wide so you're continuing to feel an opening in the chest and in the shoulders and a deep release in the neck. And once you've settled in here, begin to take a full scan of the body. Where are you still holding tension? And where do you need to breathe a little more deeply? Begin to draw your awareness to the furthest sound from your room, to the closest sound, which may be the sound of my voice. Bring your awareness to the crown of the head, to the forehead. Are you holding tension, and can you soften your brow? Draw your awareness to the face, to the front body, to the back of the body, to your limbs, right arm, left arm, right leg, left leg. Let everything begin to sink deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. Finding peaceful rest for your mind, body, and spirit. Shavasana. Very gently begin to draw your awareness back, first to the sound of my voice, and then begin to invite gentle movements back into your body, rolling out the ankles and the wrists, wiggling fingers and toes, Rocking your head from side to side. How does your neck feel? And when you're ready, hug your knees into your chest, press low back into the floor, rock from side to side. Take a full body stretch on the inhale and notice if you've got a little more mobility in the shoulders. Can your hands go back further? And in your time, start to remove the props out from underneath you. You can stay here if you'd like, but gently start to remove them if you'd like to join me and come up to a seat. Take one more full body stretch on the inhale and let go, exhale. Hugging the knees in once more. Rocking from side to side. If you've got that blanket roll underneath you, that's going to massage your back as you rock from side to side. When you're ready, remove the blanket roll off to the side. Take another full body stretch on an inhale. Exhale, let go. And then when you're ready, roll on to either your right or your left hand side in a fetal pose, continuing to feel and invite that sense of deep relaxation in as you press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears. And as you exhale, let them slide down the back. Another time, inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, and let them drop down. Drawing your hands together at your heart space, acknowledging that true strength comes from right here. Drawing thumb knuckles up to the middle of your forehead to your third eye, where together we acknowledge the divine light and eternal fire that burns within every one of us. From my light to yours, Namaste.